And so the way that we come out of this is through humility, which is the opposite of what we've been taught. But it's the humility to face yourself in the mirror and say, this is not okay. I need forgiveness from this. God, help me to come out of this partnership of stubbornness. I forgive myself for hurting myself by being so damn stubborn and punishing myself, thinking that I was being powerful, thinking that I was protecting myself. But all along, I've been harming myself. And I want you to ask yourself, what areas in your life are you being stubborn? Because I promise you, it's a form of self-protection. And what it's doing is it's creating a divide, a chasm between you and your desires. The things that you were working so hard for, it's actually separating you, because stubbornness is always partnered from pride. And if there's one thing that God hates, it's not what Christianity and it's not whatever religion talks about, where they talk about, oh, it's fornication and it's cuss words and it's this and it's it. No. One thing that God hates is pride, which is why he couldn't deal with the Pharisees. And I want to tell you that if you're being stubborn in your life, that you are partnering with pride. And pride comes before the what? Fall. And I share this with you because there's I think it was Paul, you can tell me in the comments below which apostle it was, but he says, of them, I am the chief of sinners. And I sit before you, I was going to say stand, but I'm sitting. I sit before you saying, yes, I am the chief of sinners when it comes to being stubborn. And I've been too stubborn to even see it. How stupid does that sound? But it's true. I wasn't able to start seeing that until I started facing myself in the mirror. And that's why I call this whole program that I'm doing now, this spiritual alpha, because you do have to still be strong to go to that next level, to become the person that lives out their dreams, that has their wishes, that has their desire. There is that element of strength, but it's not done with independence. It's partnering with God, with divine, with the supernatural world, to say, I need to co-create with you, because I am not meant to do this on my own. And if that really speaks to you, I highly encourage you to join that Spiritual Alpha Academy. If you're like, I'm not ready to do that, do the Become the Damn Hero. It's free. Start changing your life. But listen, we have so much potential. There's so much that you and I are capable of creating with God. I believe that we even have the capacity to change the world, but we can never change the world when we're in a state of pride and separation and a lack of love, because that is the opposite of creating. That comes from fear, that comes from darkness, and what we end up doing is we end up hurting ourselves. We work so hard to get somewhere and we don't realize that we're holding ourselves back when we partner with stubbornness, when we partner with pride. And this is the biggest mistake I see in personal development, is we become very outward focused of what can I achieve, who can I protect myself from, but we miss the key word, which is personal development, which means facing you, facing those areas in your life where you are creating your own sabotage, where you're creating the own chasm in your life that separates you from your dreams, that separates you from the love, the relationships, the money, the career. It separates you from fulfilling all of that because of stubbornness. And so this has been a big epiphany in my life. And I'm just getting started with this. No way in hell am I saying I've arrived in this. I have not. Honey, Arica Angelo, she is just getting started on this journey. But I can see the thread. I can see the footprints in my life where it has sabotaged me, where I have made my life even more difficult and more hard by being stubborn. And sometimes, all the time, we need relationship. We need people in our lives to give us that feedback, to say, hey, I see this in you. I want you to know that this is going on, and I love you enough to tell you. We all need that kind of feedback, which is why I created that community in the Spiritual Alpha, so that we can support, love, and champion one another, and sometimes challenge each other and call us out on our shit. So I love you. I hope that you've subscribed, and I've got other videos here to support you. Make sure that you watch them. And listen, share this with a friend. Like, maybe you're not that friend that can tell people, hey, this is the thing going on, but just say, hey, I saw this interesting video about personal development. What do you think about it? What do you think about that girl? Like, what do you think about it? That might be a gentle way to create the conversation if you see someone sabotaging their own life. So be sure to share it with them. I love you. You have what it takes. But remember that stubbornness does come from a place of independence, which says, I don't need anyone. And typically when we've come to that conclusion, it's because we've missed out on a whole lot of nourishment of love, nurture. That's what I wanted to say, nurture. Chances are you were not nurtured. I would say that most of us are not nurtured very well in life because our parents weren't taught how to do it. But now that we are all coming through this awakening, whether we like it or not, we're all being awakened to the fact we're all starting to face things that we've not faced before, that we've been conditioned to look away from. We're now facing the truth of things. And sometimes, okay, all the time, facing the truth starts with ourselves. I'll see you in my next video. Take care, babe.